listeners, and welcome to a placeholder for Extra. It's all about whiskey. I remain your host, Jason Johnston Yellen. Over here, through the magic of FaceTime, is Joshua Morrissey Hatton.
Whoop,
Hello,
whoop.
Joshua.
Whoop, whoop. That's me. That's me saying whoop, whoop.
Can you imagine if somebody thought I was over here going, whoop, whoop, well, after I introduced you? Introduce Joshua, whoop, whoop. That's how I check things off my to-do list. We are here for a micro 35 minutes today. We are here to let you know that starting with episode 1 of season 4 of Extra, we have moved to YouTube. You can find us on the Single Cask Nation channel at YouTube. You'll be able to see Joshua's face, my face. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's turning people off. You don't. Here's the golden news here. You could still listen to us in your car by going to YouTube on your phone and laying that phone face down on the passenger seat in the center console. We would still play through your car speakers. You could still listen to us as you drive to work.
I think you're being so hard on yourself. Like, you're really not that unattractive to have a face for YouTube. But
I was going with being distracting.
Oh, right. I think, just to be clear, I mean, you know that I only listen to about 20, maybe 25% of what you say.
Drops every year.
But just in case other people are like me, just to be very clear, it's only the Extra, It's All About Whiskey podcast.
Only Extra.
That is moving to YouTube. One Nation Under Whiskey, our much longer 2.5, 3.5, 4 hour
days.
Podcast, 4 days, will remain in podcast form. Of course, you can still listen to it on YouTube, but a visual, like
some people do, yeah.
Yeah. But our Extra is 100% moving to a visual medium that, like you'd said, you can just press play and turn and put it through the audio in your car, which is perfectly fine.
Well, and here's the thing. Once you go over to YouTube, once you find us over there, we will still be presenting a spirit/whiskey related news story. We will still be riffing away. And we've added a new element to it. Mm-hmm. Should we tell the listeners to get them over to YouTube here?
Fuck yeah.
We are adding an episodic new pour to the visuals of Extra. So for those of you who listened, and I know that's many of you, when we closed out 2022, the final episode of Extra for season 3, we were floored by how many of the top 20 in the Whiskey Advocate list we didn't know, hadn't seen, hadn't passed by. Mm-hmm. Indri was the one that we did both know, thanks to One Nation Under Whiskey, thanks to Impex's involvement with Indri. We were a little floored, and we vowed that day we would not be floored again. And we did not want our listeners/viewers to be floored either. So there will be discussion of new releases and tastings.
I'm excited. There was a time.
Me too.
There was a time when I feel I needed to know what was new for my own edification on a personal level, on a hobbyist level. And now I feel I need to know what's new just from an industry perspective, right? Like, to have not known 19 of the 20 whiskeys that were in that Whiskey Advocate Top 20 list was a bit jarring to me. And it sent a message saying we need to do better, and we will do better.
Well, the fact that in Extra we talked about the rise of Chinese distilling. We talked about issues surrounding the categorization of American single malt whiskey. We talked about tariffs. We talked about taxation. What we didn't do was talk about new whiskeys.
Yeah, right.
And one of the things that you and I love doing is sitting, talking about whiskey, tasting whiskey. So, I mean, I'm very excited for that additional component. and the fact that it's visual, and the fact that we can have YouTube comments. The conversation can continue in the comments. We can still take emails from viewers and former listeners of Extra Extra. You know, you can still send us a story to cover at info@singlecastnation.com. You can still email us at questions@onenationunderwhiskey.com. No E in either of those whiskies. We are still looking for that sense of community. And speaking of, Joshua, I've done a lot of talking here. I'll give you the floor to talk about another aspect of taking this over to YouTube.
It's sort of an exciting thing. And by sort of, I mean, I think it's a really exciting thing.
Indeed.
During the latter half of 2022, you and I got to do a couple live Zoom tastings, right? Where we got to just hang out with people, drink whiskey, talk whiskey. And so we will, every now and again, maybe it's every other month, maybe it's quarterly, we have no idea. We are going to do a live extra where we're going to be maybe bringing in a guest, answering questions live, etc. So not only will you get to enjoy us a bit more on YouTube from a recording perspective, but we're hoping you're going to join us in a live perspective and join the conversation and drink along with us and ask those questions. And I'm really excited about that. It's that connection to our listeners that I really crave, and you kind of missed it over COVID, but so here we are. We're just incorporating it a bit more.
Yeah, there you go. So we have been thinking about what else we can do with Extra Extra. We have, hopefully, legitimate reasons for taking it to YouTube. And we're looking to continue to build the community, build the discussion. Look, we're a niche of a niche of a niche of a niche, but we're all in that niche together. So let's have some fun. Let's celebrate one another. And please, come find us. YouTube, Single Cast Nation, and Extra Extra.
What should they do when they go to our YouTube channel?
They should subscribe like their life depends upon it.
And what if their life depended on them spreading the news and ensuring that their friends also subscribe, their uncles, their aunts?
They should spread the news like their life depends upon it.
Because their life quite literally depends on it?
We will, once a year, we will find one former listener who did not subscribe and did not share the news, and we will take their life.
You're sounding like Liam Neeson. Listen to me. I have a very specific set of skills, and that's taking your life for not subscribing to your YouTube channel or suggesting to your friends and family to subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Come find us. Let's keep having fun together.
I'm in, Jason.
Into the future, Joshua.
In the future, fun is fun. In the future, not so such. I'll be there, it's up to you.
Before we get out of here, really quickly, I think it's important to thank our listeners. You know, for three extra seasons, people have listened to us on a weekly basis. For going on 7 seasons of One Nation Under Whiskey, and those seasons will continue on podcast land. People have been with us. We really thank you for spending time with us, and we're excited to bring you over into a visual format, and you get to see our faces, and hey, maybe we'll bring you guys in. It'd be a lot of fun. So I really wanted to thank you. I thought it was important to say thanks.
Thanks.
And then on that note, Jason, I suggest we say peace.
Peace.